Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Before I start the video, I want to say subscribe, like, and comment. And I actually did get this request in an AMC a couple of days ago, so apologies for doing this a little bit late. But I wanted to get into the video, and I wanted to get into the TA of AMC. And I wanted to start off first of all just with usually I start off with support and resistance, but today I'll switch it up to just regular trends. Already I see that we're, for the most part, for the general part, we are on a, how do I say, a short-term uptrend, longer-term downtrend, right? We've essentially been trending down on AMC since September, but not really. You've actually been trending down ever since, that huge, squeeze with GameStop back in January of 2021, right? But as of right now, I would consider myself bullish on AMC, strictly on the fact that we have been running on a bullish week, right? So generally what happens in these cases is you end up popping extremely hard, not extremely hard, but you end up popping a decent amount. Keep in mind that the last two times that we did this within 42 days, 50 days, you actually ended up popping 50% and then 123%. You actually just closed a bullish week this past week on AMC. So my guess, right, as of right now, this is very simple. I'll add the support and resistance to see if we'll have some sort of market structure and maybe rejection of resistance if we keep moving on the high side. But if I had to guess, I'd say within, just off of the top of my head, let's go with 50 days out. We'll go $3, $3 right here. So off the top of my head, I'd say my first forecast is here at $3. Second forecast is 466. Right there. Let's go with that, right? Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. So just off my indicators, I would guess that somewhere in the next 50 days, you're going back to like a $7, $9 AMC, which would actually put you at breaking these highs here, right? You would actually end up breaking not only these highs, not only would you actually break these highs, right here, but you would actually break the higher lows that have been created since, I don't know, bro. What is this? Since like October of last year, right? So you have your high, lower high, whatever, or higher low, whatever you guys want to call it. This would actually be considered a break of a downtrend, because not only are you breaking this downtrend here, but you're actually breaking the high, you're breaking that structure. So my guess is, from what I'm looking at now, from where it stands, I would actually guess that this would be the start of a brand new uptrend on AMC, especially with the rumors of Amazon buying out. What is it called? There's rumors that Amazon might actually buy out AMC and stuff. So as of right now, see, even on the forecast, right? The next target would be here, but generally, what happens is I use the trending fib to actually determine where we have the most structure here. And immediately you guys can see that we have a lot of structure on this lower band of this lower level of 976, right? There's a lot of structure there, right? You have a lot of structure. You also have a lot of structure up here at 1142, but let's go back. Again, a lot of structure at 1043, a lot of structure at 976, a lot of structure at 1040, my guess is probably more along the lines of 976, 1044 at the highest. So we can immediately get rid of that high end forecast. My guess would be, it would definitely be this lower band of forecast. So I would actually say instead of 938, you actually push up a little bit harder to like 975, and then you probably continue this slow uptrend here on AMC, right? So generally what I'm guessing right now, what I'm looking for is maybe something like this, a pop all the way to here, and then you come all the way back down to somewhere like this before you move up again like that. So that's just regular market structure without looking at support, resistance, and all that, right? So just off my indicators, that's what I would guess is going to happen. Obviously, that would be a perfect scenario. It obviously doesn't work that way. So let's get rid of these forecasts for now, but at least you guys can screenshot this, right? If you guys want to see that, screenshot. If you guys want to buy calls, again, this is not financial advice. Do whatever you want. It's your own money. But let's get rid of that for now, because we're going to be working on support and resistance, because you do have a lot of just essentially sideways trading ever since, AMC started, just getting doggy mauled over here, right? So let's do this. You have really nice support here at like 381, which is kind of not good because you're at like $5 right now, which would indicate a solid $5 drop from those levels, right? So, well, can we go up higher? No, we cannot. So let's do this. Can we go here? Can we go a little bit higher? Yeah, a little bit higher. That's good right there. So we have that structure. We have resistance at, and again, like I've told you guys before, I like adding my support and resistance on the weekly because if I add it on the daily, I think it gets too like convoluted and it's too condensed. I don't really like using the daily for support and resistance because there's too much going on after a while. And I hate putting up a bunch of support and resistance. Like it makes no sense to me. So I think it's more right here. Can I go lower? And when I set my support and resistance, generally what I like to do is I like to set it up where I have the most of the wicks that I can possibly see touching. So right here, right, I'm trying to get all these wicks right here, all these wicks touching together. And then I'm also trying to match that on this right side, getting all these wicks as well. So I'd see a lot of structure here on possibly, yeah, like right there. You have a lot of resistance here as well. Can we go lower? No. So a lot of resistance here. Yeah, that's good enough for me. So it looks like you do have a lot of resistance here, right? That's probably why you keep seeing these rejections at $5.50. So I'd say once that 550 is broken, it's a pretty easy target to 676, regardless of this downtrend here. I mean, obviously you have resistance here, you have resistance on this downtrend, you have resistance again here. But I think once you break this trend, I think generally this whole area is a really good target for AMC because you have been trending down ever since September 12th, and I think eventually you're going to pop off. And if you do pop off, it's going to be within the next 50 days. So yeah, I'll stick to the regular forecast, the one where it's like 9 something in like 50 days. I think that might actually happen. I think that you'll probably see AMC actually pop up or, have one of these like random pops again, probably within the next 50 to 60 days or so. So within 2 months, I could definitely see AMC going back all the way up to like that 9 whatever forecast that we had, or like maybe it was like 7 something. I don't remember, but go back and screenshot it because that's what I think. But again, I think AMC looks more like it's gonna go up instead of down. The daily right now is, again, daily is just kind of trading sideways, right? Unfortunately, you have a very big gap here at 410 all the way up to 432, right? So big chance of you guys just completely just demolishing that and coming back to trend. But I think for the most part, I think there's a bigger chance that you actually just, from here, you probably actually pop a little bit. So I think there's a bigger chance of you popping to the upside than actually coming back down. And I would personally buy some calls for maybe 60 days out, maybe like 2.5 months out for like at the money, and then just kind of see what happens. Again, AMC is kind of funky. The same thing with GME. They do whatever they want. But generally right now what I would do is I would probably just buy some calls as like insurance for like 2.5 months out and then just kind of see what happens. But yeah, I think you're probably going to see AMC at like $9 or so in the next 60 days. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.